Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Afra. How are you? Yes. Afra, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, yeah. Am I
Yes, I can
audible
hear you.
properly?
Yes, you are.
Can you tell me which school you are from?
I am from International School Riyadh.
Okay. Is Hiba your classmate?
Full name, please.
Surname. I don't know the surname, sorry. Okay. I mean, there must be many Hibas, right? And also you have a lot of sections. Fair.
Yes.
Uh, what chapters are done in your school till now? I think many chapters would have been done, right?
Yes, we are done with we are chemistry last lesson.
You're in chemistry last lesson.
Yes.
That is biomolecules.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Everything else is completed.
Yes. In school, yes, it is.
Okay. So, like, is your school going to stop? Like, will it give you some break?
No, they won't. We have direct pre-boards from 24th of November.
24th of November.
Yes. We will be having 3 pre-boards.
3 free boards. You will be having 3 free boards. Okay, okay, fine. Okay. So we are doing coordination compounds in this class. Okay. And in coordination compounds, we have completed a few lessons. So the third lecture in coordination compounds. Just the introduction part is done. And today I will be starting with a bit of nomenclature of IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compounds. Okay. Uh, how much did you learn about coordination compounds in your school? Do you remember anything? Yes, Afra, I'm asking you.
Yes.
Sorry, you remember a few things about coordination compounds?
I actually missed a lot of classes in this 12th standard.
Okay.
I actually joined late since I was the new admission. I joined 1 month late, and then we had a transportation issue, so I missed again after the summer vacation 1.5 months.
Oh, okay, okay, fine. So, like, were you attending any other coaching classes? Like, how were you coping up with the syllabus? And some tests would have been done in the school.
Yes, it is. They gave us small topics. I was completing that. Since we had
Okay.
like chemistry tuition, I wasn't able to understand that much because they were going very fast.
Oh,
And then
okay.
it's completing the portion.
Okay, even there they completed the portion.
Almost.
Okay, fine, fine. Acha. I will give you a small introduction of coordination compounds, like whatever is going to be useful for this class, and then I will continue. Okay, and just like stop me if you feel that you don't understand or you don't feel comfortable with some topics. Okay.
Sure.
So there are some compounds you must have seen somewhere in your NCERT textbook, which is something like this: square brackets, COCl2, and you have NH3 whole 4. Okay, and then here we have chlorine. So first thing is that this particular part, which is inside the square bracket, this is known as complex ion, or it is known as the coordination sphere. Okay, this complete thing is what? It is coordination sphere. And I can say that we majorly deal with this particular area of the complex compound. So this complete thing is a compound. It is coordination compound. This chlorine, which is outside the square bracket, it is counter ion. Counter ion means, since if you remember some nomenclature thing of, I mean, at that time you must not know this name nomenclature, but we start with the cation's name NaCl. Okay, KBr. So all of these things in which we have anion, Cl is anion, Br is anion, sodium is cation, and potassium is also cation. So we start writing anything with cation's name and then the anion's name. Okay. So here also you can see chloride here, it is what? It is an anion, and this complete complex ion it will be a cation. Right. Outside that, in coordination sphere, you should always identify first of all the central metal atom. There will be only one metal inside this square brackets, and that will be known as central metal. It will either be an atom or an ion. Okay, that means it can have a charge, but it can be neutral also. Anything that remains after this, that means these two chlorines and this one NST, both of these are ligands. Okay, and in this case, we have 4 plus 2, that is 6 ligands. Okay, how many ligands do we have? We have 6 ligands in this case. Till here, everything is fine. Yes or no? Please tell me. Yes.
Yes, it
Afra,
is.
Nawal, Rifat, you were not present in the
Yes,
last
sir.
class. You're okay with this, Rifat? Yes or no? Yes, Rifat, you're okay
Yes,
with
sir.
this? Okay. Also, one more thing, number of ligands. Number of ligands. Rather, not number of ligands, but number of electron donating atoms is also known as coordination number. Okay, coordination number. Okay, right, next. After just for you, see, ligands, they donate electron. Okay, if ligand is donating only one pair of electrons or only one atom, it is donating electrons, one pair, then it is known as monodentate or unidentate. Okay, monodentate or unidentate. If it is donating two pair of electrons or there are two atoms which are donating, then it is known as didentate or it is known as bidentate. And similarly, if it is having more than two, then it is going to be polydentate. It is going to be polydentate. So we had written the definitions of monodentate and didentate. Now is polydentate. So please write the topic polydentate ligands. Polydentate ligands. Please write in this ligands having more than two ligands having more than two donor atoms present in the molecule is called polydentate ligands. Okay, so this is an example of polydentate ligand. Draw this diagram. Also remember these names, okay? This di-en, tri-en, EDTA4 negative. Because when we are going to write the names of ligand in the names of the compound, sorry, in the formula of the compound, we will write something like this PT, and we will write tri-en. Okay. So also remember these names. Done everyone? Yes or no? Tell me.
No, sir.
Okay, right.
Done, sir.
Anyone still writing? Anyone still writing? No. Okay. Right next, denticity. Denticity. Okay. So denticity is just the number of coordinating groups present in a ligand. For example, we have water molecule. It has only one atom, right? So if I ask what is the denticity of water, it means it is, you need to answer that it has only one atom which is going to donate the electrons. Please write for denticity. Number of coordination, the number of coordinating or ligating groups present in a ligand. Ligating groups present in a ligand is called denticity. It's called denticity of the ligand. Okay. So oxalate ion and if you have dipyridine, these are examples of didentate, and that means the denticity of these ligands are 2. Water, chlorine, bromine, then you have cyanide. All of these are monodentate ligand. That means the denticity of these particular ligands are 1. Then you have polydentate, and in polydentate you can have tridentate ligands, tetradentate ligands, pentadentate ligands. That means when I said tridentate, it means that it has 3 atoms, which can form a bond with the central metal atom, and its denticity is going to be 3. For tetradentate, the denticity is going to be 4. For pentadentate, the denticity is going to be 5. Okay, and so on. But you need to remember this word denticity. Right, next, chelation. Okay, what is chelation? Chelation, it is just another word for ring formation. Okay, it is just another word for ring formation. Let's suppose I have a metal atom like this. Okay, I have a metal atom like this, and I have a ligand which has 2 donating atoms. One donating atom is here, and the another donating atom is here. Now, when both of these atoms are going to donate to the metal atom, you can see it has formed a ring type of structure. In this ring, we have the ligand, the 2 donating atoms, and the metal here. So this is known as chelation. When the ligands they form bonds with they form coordinate bonds with the metal atom, and which leads to the formation of a ring. That is known as chelation. Okay, please write with me. When a didentate or polydentate ligand, when a didentate or polydentate ligand, when a didentate or polydentate ligand uses its two or more donor atom to bind with the same central metal atom or ion, forming a ring structure, is called chelation. The ligand is called chelating ligand. Okay, now see a point. We have 2 metal atoms. Okay, and in this metal atom, one is forming a chelate. That means it is forming a ring, And in this case, it is just forming a simple coordinate bond. There is no chelation. Let's suppose one of these bonds breaks. Okay. Now, in the first case, what is happening? Please listen, don't write, keep your pens aside. In the first case, what is happening? Even though one of the bond is broken, this particular atom will be in close vicinity. That means it will be in the neighborhood of this metal atom. And if this atom is in the neighborhood of metal atom, the reforming of bond is easier because of the chelate, because of the ring. If you break it here, but still that atom will be present nearby. But as soon as you break a bond, break a coordinate bond between ligand and metal atom, which is not forming any ring type of structure, this atom is not connected indirectly also to the metal atom. Okay, but this atom, this green one, it is connected indirectly to the metal atom. That is why it can form the bond once again. And also, whenever you have a chelating ligand, that type of complexes are more stable because of this phenomena. That is, if you are going to break the bond, still the bond can be formed. So more energy is required. Okay. But in this case, you can break the coordinate bond and it can easily be broken if you have just simple coordinate bond. So write a note. Chelating ligands form stable coordination compounds than similar ordinary complexes. Similar ordinary complexes. All of you wrote this down? Yes or no? Please tell me. Afra, Hanifa, Nawal, and Rifat about chelating
Yes, sir.
ligands. Okay. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. You understood, right? How the chelating ligands are more stable? Yes, Rifat,
Yes,
Hanifa,
sir.
tell me.
Yes, sir.
Right, next. Ambidentate ligands. Ambidentate ligands. Ambidentate nucleophile. You guys remember what is ambidentate nucleophile? Yes, Hanifa, Nawal, Rifat. Ambidentate nucleophile.
Detonation electron missing.
Okay, I think Hanifa remembers, but I cannot understand what she was saying. Anyone else? Ambidentate ligands, if you remember. Okay, so these ligands, so nucleophile is also kind of a ligand because it has a capability of donating electrons. Okay, so anything which is electron rich can be used as a ligand and also as a nucleophile. Ambidentate ligands, they have a capability of forming. They are generally monodentate ligands. They are usually monodentate ligands, and they have a capability of forming a coordinate bond with two atoms. Okay, either, I mean, both of them, they cannot form the bond, but any one of them can form the bond. So they have two options and only one of the atoms is going to form the bond. Okay, as was the case in ambidentate nucleophile. So please write the monodentate ligands. The monodentate ligands which can coordinate with central metal atom CMA, central metal atom through more than one side. Okay, these are known as ambidentate ligands. For example, you have NO2 molecule. Okay, so when metal, it coordinates with the nitrogen here, oxygen double bond O like this. Okay, and also these oxygen are also capable of forming bond. It can also bond like this. ON double bond O. So this is also nitro. This is nitro and this is nitrito. You can also call this nitrito dash N. That means the coordinate bond is formed between metal and the nitrogen. And you can also write this as nitrito O. Another example is when you have cyanide and isocyanide. You have metal forming a coordinate bond with CN. This is cyanide. You have metal forming a coordinate bond with nitrogen and NC. This is isocyanide. Similarly, you have metal having a coordinate bond with SCN. This is thiocyanito. You have metal forming a coordinate bond with nitrogen and then CS. This is isothiocyanito. Done, guys? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes.
Is every okay? Done. Right, next. Homoleptic and heteroleptic, or rather write ऐसा लिख लीजिए आप लोग. Homoleptic and heteroleptic complexes. Complexes with only one type of ligand is called homoleptic complex. Complexes with more than one type of ligand is called heteroleptic complex. Done, guys. Yes, sir. Please tell me. हाँ, लिख लिया आप लोगों ने?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now write next. Rules for naming coordination compounds. Okay, write number 1. In ionic complexes, just a second. In ionic complexes, the cation is written first. The cation is written first, then the anion. Written के साथ साथ ना यहाँ पे लिख लीजिए ऐसे करके named. Yeah. For example, this is general rule for ionic complexes or ionic compounds. All of these things are what? The same only. For example, if you have NaCl, it is an ionic compound, right? So we write it as sodium chloride. So what is named first? Sodium, that is the cation, is named first, and an ion, that is chloride ion, it is named second. Okay, so in ionic complexes or in ionic compounds also, the cation is written first and then the anion. Now write next. Naming of coordination entity. when we are naming the coordination entity in this, whenever we are naming the coordination entity, what is happening first? The ligands are named first and then the central metal atom. The ligands are named first and then the central metal atom or ion. Now, since we are naming the ligand first, write names of ligand. Naming of ligands. Ligands can be classified into three categories, okay? Negative ligands, positive ligands, and neutral ligands. So whenever we are going to name an anionic ligand, that means whenever we are going to name a negative ligand, negatively charged ligand, then it is going to end in O. Please write first. Please write this with me. The name of an ionic ligand. The name of an ionic ligand ends with O. ठीक है, so जैसे आपके पास क्या है fluoride, so it will be fluorido. Chloride, it will be chlorido. Bromide, it will be bromido. Okay, similarly you have OH negative, that is hydroxo. You have oxalate ion, so it will be oxalato. You have O2 negative, it will be oxo. Okay, so these kind of things will be there. I will give you the complete name, the complete list also, but first write the name of anionic ligands. They end up with O. Right, next. The name of cationic ligands ends with IUM. Neutral ligands are named as it is. Okay, so three categories and three conventions also for naming. Okay, write this down. Okay, let me know if you are done and if you want me to scroll down. this complete thing here, na, this is oxalato. Okay. Please let me know once you're done. I will scroll down.
Okay.
Okay. Done. I think you guys are done till oxalato.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, write down. Afra, where are you from? Like, what is your original place? Where are you coming from?
I am from Hyderabad.
Okay, what's that part? Are you going to school nowadays, or you are still not going to school?
I am.
You are going to school nowadays. Okay.
Yes.
Once you're done with this, please note these down. Okay, let me know once you're done. Write all of these things now quite properly, because I don't want you to learn all of these things, but this should be written very properly in your notebook, so that whenever we are naming them, you can just refer to the notebook and then write the names. You don't need to sit down and remember all of these things, memorize all of these things. We'll use it so many times that you will remember these names. After this, you'll write some neutral ligands. Some neutral ligands are named a bit differently from their general names. Okay, so what are these? Please write with me. H2O, this is water, but in coordination compounds naming, it is aqua. We have NH3. This is amine with a single M generally, but in coordination compounds nomenclature, it is amine, amine, or whatever you can say. Pronunciation is quite similar, but the spelling is different. Okay, it is amine with a double M. We have NO. This is nitrosyl. Carbon monoxide CO. It is carbonyl. CS. It is thiocarbonyl. All of you wrote this? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes.
Okay, then that's it for today. Okay, and inshallah, next Saturday I will be taking the full length classes. I hope you guys remember. Till 16th, I'm outside, so I'm taking 1 hour classes. After this class, that means on the next Saturday, the coming Saturday, I'll be taking the complete 1.5 hour to 2 hour classes. Okay, so please revise the things that we have done already. And Afra, you please message me on this number. Okay, I will send you the video link for the chapters that we have completed already. Okay,
Okay.
so that's at least for coordination compounds, you can watch the recording, the last 2 classes, and then
Okay.
continue from the next day. Okay, please send a message right now. Okay, others you can leave. Bye bye, take care, and we'll meet on Saturday.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.
Hello, sir. I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
wanted to talk to you for something.
Tell me.
I am actually very weak in chemistry and physics, and I moreover wanted to focus more on theory part since we don't have much time for the numericals. Like if those short questions, if the numerical comes, I'm okay with it. I actually want to focus more on theory part.
I mean, like, what's your aim though? I mean, you want to score good in boards, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have time for the pre-board, that's for sure. But we
Yes.
have time for boards, okay?
Yes, we have.
So
Actually, my problem is whenever my question paper comes, I don't know what happens due to stress. I forget, like my memory is washed out.
no, it means that you don't remember it properly. I mean, whatever is the stress and whatever the situation is, will you ever forget your name,
No,
your parents' name?
no.
That means something is not ingrained in your memory as it should be, right?
Okay.
है ना? So उसमें आप ये मत कीजिए कि आपको stress से होता है. It is just that like what we have seen this with many students right now after, like you did not give the board examination in the 10th standard. That's right, correct? And
it's
so
all
you
of a
have
sudden a big.
all of us, yeah, correct. I understand that, but all of these things are workable. Like the students who are learning here, if you, I mean, if you can talk to Rifat here. Rifat also was very weak when she started, but
Okay.
slowly, if you give it time, na, and I'm going to be slow, and I'm going to give you some extra hours also. Right now, I'm going to be free after a while, so I will give you some extra hours also. Don't worry about that, but put effort from your side and try to do things or like whatever I say, you know, and in the manner that I say. Most of the times, what happens when I say students that please do numericals, what they do is they just go to NCERT. That's fine. NCERT is completely okay, and then they try one question, and they could not do it, so they go to the internet and they see the answer, and they are like, oh, okay, fine. Now I understand how to do that question, but they don't know till now.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Then they do the second question, and second question, if it is similar to the first question, then they do it. You agree with this? This happens with
Yes.
you also, right? So the
Yes.
thing is that you should start doing questions. That's right. But if you cannot do the first question, go back to the notes. Okay. So first question, if it is a numerical, it will be connected to some part from your notes or some part in the NCR. You don't go to the answer directly. Try to see where is the gap. Okay. If you try to fill in the gap, you will understand the question also, and you can do it.
Okay.
Okay, but it is a slow process. You have to be a bit patient. Like give it, I would say, like a like 1 month time. You are here in 13th November. Give us time
Okay.
till 13th of December, and you will see for sure some improvement in you. Okay, and more
Okay.
importantly, you will be seeing improvement on how you approach these studies and how you approach the learning methods. Okay,
Okay.
tell me,
What will be the fees pattern?
fees pattern. You have to talk to the management. I mean, Learnivio numbers you must be having. You must have got the link from some number, right?
Yes.
WhatsApp number. Yeah, for fees you can contact them. Okay, for chemistry you can contact me. And what
Okay.
other subjects do you have?
Uh,
Chemistry.
Chemistry, physics. For the tuition you're asking?